Hi, and welcome to sharing this moment with me. Dex Gelfand, Therapeutic Spiritual Counseling. I can do for you what you want. I have hundreds of very happy clients who would certainly be happy to tell you that you can and should expect more than you'd expect to get out of this. And by that I mean thoroughly accomplishing the changes you want to make in and for yourself. So what I want to talk about a little bit is that, what I have to offer and what my current rates are and how you can best do this for yourself. So again, I can help you to accomplish thoroughly whatever you want to accomplish for yourself. Resolve mental quirks, feelings of panic and shock and anxiety, moments of feeling incapable, feeling unworthy, the feeling that people don't or won't fully love and accept you, all these negative anxieties and fears, and all the crippling and inhibiting ways of being that we take on to try to survive through and with these issues. Literally, anything you come to me needing to fix in yourself, we can and will do that. And you will be surprised at just how thoroughly it's fully, really accomplished. Hence the phrase, expect more than you'd expect. I take great satisfaction in taking those journeys with you, and along with you, getting you all the way there, level by level, layer by layer of whatever constructs and disturbing and uncomfortable feelings we need to penetrate and thoroughly dissolve. And it's very accomplishable, and you'll be very surprised, and it's simpler than you might think. A lot of what I do, increasingly through the years, involves a greater and greater developing strength of empathy and telepathy within myself, where I can feel and know what's going on with you, and I'll reflect something to you to help you to spot and resolve and process that while using the techniques that I've developed. It's very frequent to hear you, the client, say, "How did you know that? How did you get that? Where did you get that from?" That's like, wow, that's exactly what it is. There's a lot of that happening, and everything becomes very processable. We have a lot of resistances to things, and these resistances get in our way, and resistances are built on anxieties and fears and the feelings that we mustn't let ourselves feel certain things because it'll just hurt us too deeply. Well, the actual solution for fully resolving these, simpler than you think. We do it all the time. Pretty much every session ends up with basically the client having some transformation, some change, was exactly what they needed, and feeling very free and expansive and happy, and have some sort of great burden affecting their consciousness lifted. So that's what I do. Now, as to my rates, first thing you need to understand is that I don't have a per session rate, because the sessions can be any length of time. Typically anywhere from 45 minutes or so to maybe a little bit over 2 hours. Typically, usually within roughly an hour and a half. But it can often be less, it can often be more. So my rates are hourly rates. It's by the time used. So if you use 47 minutes, then that's 47 divided by 60 minutes in an hour. So that's roughly 3/4 of the hourly rate. that's how the sessions are charged for. Again, it's by hours, it's by time, not by sessions. I would never round up to the next full hour. It's exactly prorated to the time used. Now, for just somebody who just wants to do this as one-off sessions, one at a time, and pay by the session, my current rate is $210 an hour. More typically, clients pay for 10 or more hours in advance. 10 hours paid for in advance, that's $175 per hour. So a fairly significant drop there. For 20 or more hours, we can drop it more. Also, I offer training and enlightenment lessons, fully preparing you to have all the understanding of the knowledge and concepts of life and spiritual existence that are the ground behind all the techniques that I use in the sessions. And this is a very enlightening process. It's once every week for a 45-minute enlightenment, mentoring / training period. In between, you study the materials that I give you, and then we thoroughly go over everything in terms of when you're doing this with the purpose of arriving where you can have the knowledge, understanding, and ability to successfully use these techniques with other people, develop your own practice, or just help people however you will. That's thoroughly accomplishable. I've probably had about a couple of dozen people that have been through that. That works very well. And some people have done this just for the enlightenment, just to have this much more lucid and complete, fuller understanding of spiritual existence and life as a spiritual being in a material world, in engaging with and coexisting with all. It can be very enlightening and very interesting. And if you are so given to take this on, which believe me, you thoroughly enjoy, the full price for that is $2,150. As I said, that's once a week. It's one-on-one, you and me, over Skype or FaceTime, and it can go on as long as there's more to cover. And this includes question and answer, anything you want to ask me in relation to these subjects or whatever your interest is that you feel relates. That is always your prerogative to bring these things up, and we'll be happy to get into all of that. It's not a limited number of weeks or sessions. It goes on for as long as we both feel there's more to cover. As long as either one of us feels that way. And here's the thing, interesting thing, that once you sign on and actually begin the enlightenment / mentoring / training weekly lesson sessions, then whenever you have sessions with me, your session rate drops all the way down to $136.50 per hour. That's another benefit of doing that. I call that a professional discount. So there's much I have to offer, and the sky's the limit. You know, I know that one of the reasons my clients are so usually amazed or surprised, greatly surprised at what they've accomplished and how much they've changed in exactly the way they needed and wanted to at the end of each session. That's to be expected through using the techniques that I use. Again, that's why I say expect more than you'd expect. My clients are very, very surprised because, you know, until it happens, they find it hard to believe that something they've been burdened with forever is actually something that they don't need to have in them forever, that it's not permanently attached. It's solvable and removable. And while people may have hope, there's generally a part of you that doesn't quite believe it can really happen all the way. It can and does. That's what's happening in just about every session we do. That's why I call it's a spiritual liberation. It's a transformation. It's exactly the change that you were hoping for. That's what we do. And I really, really love being a part of this with you, my client. I'm grateful for the opportunity. It's living the dream for me. It truly is. I am living my dream. I'm doing in my life exactly what I have a passion for. But all of my life, what I wanted to arrive at, I've arrived. And every session, you actually arrive. Every session, you arrive at where you wanted to be, where you were hoping was really possible. And it's a wonderful feeling when you get there. And it's a wonderful feeling to be on my side of the screen, making it happen. And if that's a passion of yours, if you're so inclined, you can do that too. And I'll be happy to give you that mentoring, training, enlightenment. And maybe one other thing you should know about that is that it's not simply a matter of learning to do what I do the way that I do it. Through the training and the mentoring and practicing this, you develop your own voice. I encourage you to add to it, to change it, to put all your observation, knowledge, and intuition into this. And I expect everyone that I mentor or train to make it their own, to do it in their own way, and then to give me the opportunity to learn from your insights, because all that we do in the training and mentoring and in the sessions that I give you is to give you greater recognition and trust in your own spiritual compass, your own instincts, your own knowledge, which gets repressed out of fears that you won't be accepted or something bad will happen or some such thing. And these are what we're processing, all in the direction of honoring your own spiritual compass, recognizing that your own instincts are your greatest asset. Well, I hope to see you soon. And if you have any questions, I'm very reachable. And to get started or to reach me, just go to my website, dexsessions.com. That's what it is. Go to the contact page, and there's a few questions to answer, and you hit submit. I will get that through email, and I'll respond quickly. And let's get something going. I'm ready when you are. I'm here now.